Reading Part B is seemingly straightforward. It's a little multiple choice question with 3 answer options and a pretty short little text. But if you've been practicing with good content, you'll probably find that they're a little bit more challenging than they look. My name is Jay, and in this lesson, we're going to learn how to eliminate incorrect answer options to arrive at the correct answer option, which is a very good method. Let's take a look. OET Reading Part B. So on test 8, you're going to see a short little text that looks like this. What I've done here is grayed out the question because I don't want you to look at the question just yet. Forget that for a second. Let's just focus in on this text and read it and understand it fully. Sometimes what can happen is you'll read the question and you'll read the answer options and you're carrying this stuff in your mind, and then you're reading the text, but you're not really paying attention to the text because you're thinking about the question, and the whole thing gets jumbled up. So let's just read the text and make sure that we can understand it first of all, okay? Okay, so the text says cleaning guidelines, orthopedic ward 1.02, whatever that means. So we're cool, we can understand that so far. Let's read it. The cleaning guidelines of the orthopedic ward are particularly detailed and granular to ensure all rooms, hallways, and common spaces are as clean as possible. It is vital that any staff member cleaning any area pays close attention to the details of what he or she is cleaning. If an area looks as though it ought to be cleaned, it should be, regardless of whether it has already been tended to. Bed rails, phone handles and keypads, remote controls, tabletops and other surfaces, trash bins and anything else that someone might come into contact with must be disinfected. When mopping the floor, mop backwards in an S formation to make sure the entire area is covered. Furniture may be moved if necessary. Vents and other HVAC units should be dusted and cleaned, as well as light fixtures and ceilings. So if you had to read that text at your workplace, in your hospital or clinic, it's pretty easy to understand, right? It's not incomprehensible, and none of these texts are incomprehensible. The problem is now we're going to look at the answer options, and all 3 are going to be tempting because all 3 will mention words or phrases or some bit of meaning from that text. One of the critical methods here is to learn how to eliminate the incorrect options, which either contradict or are not mentioned at all. Then we can arrive at the correct answer option. So let's go ahead and do that, okay? So the question says, or really it's an incomplete sentence. It says, when cleaning the orthopedic ward, it is recommended that what? What's recommended? A, all duties be carried out by a trained hospital cleaner. Did the text say that? B, the floor area be mopped entirely from front to back. Did it say that? C, an area be cleaned more than once if necessary. Did it say that? So maybe you actually know the answer already, and it's quite a good strategy just to ignore those answer options, read the text, understand it, then turn your attention to those answer options. But you can't just do that because now we need to confirm if your suspicions are correct about which of those answer options is the right one. So let's do that. Okay, so let's look at A here. It says all duties be carried out by a trained hospital cleaner. And if you look into the text here, it says that it is vital that any staff member cleaning any area. So it really just says any staff member. This says trained hospital cleaner. There's really no mention of a trained hospital cleaner here. So we can be pretty confident to eliminate A as incorrect there. Let's now turn our attention to B. B says the floor area be mopped entirely from front to back. Now, mopped is a great key word because we definitely read something down here about mopping. So let's just read this section and this answer option, see if they say the same thing or whether it's contradictory. So when mopping the floor, mop backward in an S formation to make sure the entire area is covered. Here it says the floor area be mopped entirely from front to back. This says, well, this one says backward. So that's actually contradictory or wrong, So we've done well now. We've eliminated 2 incorrect answers, but now we still need to confirm that this is the correct one. So let's do that. So C says an area, well, let's go back here. It's recommended that an area be cleaned more than once if necessary. Okay, so just take a look here, and where in the text does it say something about the area being cleaned more than once if necessary? So let's read this sentence. It says, if an area looks as though it ought to be cleaned, it should be, regardless of whether it has already been tended to. Tended to is a bit of a synonym or paraphrase that could mean it's already been cleaned. So I like this one. I think these two actually match. They really do say the same thing. And so far we've eliminated this one and this one. We've arrived at this one and we've confirmed our suspicions. And so the answer is in fact C. So as you can see, it's very much doable. On test day, there's going to be a lot of pressure and you've got those answer options and you start to get overwhelmed. But if you just concentrate on reading that text, understanding the text fully, then turning your attention to the question and the answer options, the likelihood that you'll get the correct answer, if you eliminate incorrect ones and confirm the one you like, it's going to be much higher. Okay, so that's the process that you need to go through, even if you're anxious and you're sweating and shaking. Okay, cool. Now, just one more thing before you go that is very important for your preparation. One of the things we have at e2language.com, which in my opinion is the best place for you to prepare for your OET, is this thing called a mini mock test. And what it is a simulation of the OET test, except it's a little bit shorter. It won't take a full 3 hours. I think it takes about 2 hours. And you get to do all of the different parts of the exam, including reading part B, which we just did. You also take a one-on-one speaking mock test with an expert. You also submit writing through to one of our experts, and you get feedback, which is critical. Feedback is critical because you need to know where your weaknesses are and if you're making any silly mistakes that you're not aware of. For example, in this mock test, you can click on listening part A and check your answers because maybe you're doing something silly or reading part C or whatever. And of course, the writing and the speaking feedback you get on your performance is very rich and detailed. So I really do encourage you to take this mini mock test at e2language.com. Cool, hopefully that was all helpful. Good luck on your test day. My name is Jay. I'll see you soon, and don't forget to subscribe.